Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Stellaris Roleplay series, and here we can see the GEM Hyacinth making its way away from the CNS Chrysanthemum, the ship that had brought humans to the system of Deneb. They had settled on the planet of Unity, however, a disaster befell them. You can see it is a tomb world and the Chrysanthemum is destroyed. The daughter of our enlightened emperor, or our Arch-Surveyor, Freya Gunderson, is currently investigating that disaster. But while she does, the Hyacinth has more important things to deal with, such as the fact that we have encountered aliens that may or may not be hostile. Now, we don't know yet. We haven't really encountered them in the same system as us, but we do need to be wary because our sensors are telling us that there is possibly some danger coming from whatever the hell this thing is. We will have to see, but in order to ensure the safety of the Arkship, we have started producing a fleet. We are going to staff that fleet with a commander, and that is going to be Carter Drews. We do have the option of Lucrezia Rizzi, who would live a little bit longer, but I do like the fact that Carter Drews is an unyielding man. He's 43 years old, so a bit older. He won't last as long, but he is going to be a strong leader for us. So Commander Drews, you are responsible for the safety of the fleet, while our tactical commander Jake Featherston is responsible for the defenses on the GEM Hyacinth itself. I'm going to let time go here. Now, I have done some research into the game, watched a few tutorials on nomads, and so I do have a little bit better understanding of what we need to be doing here and how we get resources, how to use way stations. I watched some other creators' tutorials, so if you are jumping into nomads for the first time, highly recommend doing that because it does play out a lot differently. However, the fact that we are in high operational reserves, which is basically the combined energy / mineral economy for our fleet, or for our Arkship as it stands now, is giving us some bonuses. So plus 10 stability, plus 10% research speed. Very good. Now, if we can get to such a positive amount that we can drive the Arkship hard using the burn command, we could even max out. I'm not sure if we're at that position yet. It might be possible, but I don't want to push the ship too much just at the moment here. I guess we could see what that looks like for what our resource spend is. Because if we are burning, we are getting some increased efficiency from specialists, which is going to be helpful for things like research, and then of course things like building as well. Regarding the resource management, we do have the logistics ship industry here returning to the Deneb system, or heading to the Deneb system. You can see it does have this stockpile of resources. It needs to be in the same system as the Arkship in order to drop off those resources. And as we harvest resources in these systems, you can see these the numbers here turn orange, and that's because obviously we've harvested it, so there's less there. So having our way stations here, our way stations can also potentially collect from the stockpile if we put things like hydroponics arrays and things like that on, or mining arrays, I should say. Theris could be a good system to build in because it's still got lots of resources. We haven't harvested it yet. So building a way station here could be very useful, and I think we are going to do that. Along those lines, I do want to build a new logistics ship once the next two corvettes here are done. And that logistics ship is just going to help with the resource gathering. We could potentially spend some money on getting the defenses of the ship up. Some more armor plating or for some more shields could be useful. Could probably use a little bit of both, although armor plating I think might be a little bit more useful. But we'll see for now. And then I'm not worried too much about, I do want to start building in the ship. I want to be maximizing this a little bit more. But right now we are just in a position of kind of getting ourselves ready for whatever may come. So we're going to survey this system. We're going to get a new research here. I think we're going to go for, I'd really like to get the 0G refineries. And the resources are going to be important for developing the ship. And we do understand the need for, outfitting our ship as good as possible. And that's going to require resources. So I'm going to go with the 0G refineries. Our Chief Science Officer, Lazar Zaradin, is going to get another trait here. He could get Spark of Genius, which is good. Engineer, probably not. Anomaly Research Speed could be useful for him. Spark of Genius, Research Speed. Our leader has the Spark of Genius. I'm going to go with Carefree 3, or Carefree 2 anyways, and we'll go with it from there. So there we go. First contact event pending. Oh yes, we need an envoy here waiting to be assigned. We'll get to Silvio Valeri on that one there. And we'll just continue what we got. So we do have some stuff here in the system that is going to be useful. I'll probably build a way station in the Deneb system, simply because it is an important system for humanity in a sense. It has the history of our people here. So yeah, we can see we've got the Hyacinth currently helping with the survey of the Deneb system, heading over to Jackson's planet over here, a frozen world. During its survey of Suia, the Wayfarer discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed Astral Threads. Its unique properties in distorting time and space could put it to use in a number of interesting ways. We cannot extract this resource yet, but we could establish control over the system for future exploitation. We are sure to find more of these types of resources as we continue to explore the galaxy, each with unique properties and applications. So astral threads are filaments of condensed spacetime, the result of dimensional planes colliding with one another. They can be spent to enact various empire-wide effects. And we can see that here in the astral scar, which is pretty terrifying, honestly. That is in Suia. All right. We do also still need to get the Arkship over to the BX799 Singularity in order for it to vent its systems. So we're gonna try to do that at some point, but we're still a little bit invested in what's going on in Deneb. Robot debris. The entire surface of this small asteroid is covered in robot debris trapped in its weak gravity field. All of it appears military in nature, and there are enough combat droids here to outfit several armies had they not been shattered beyond all repair. Okay, well, we do obviously have some clear signs that there are other very intelligent life forms out in the world. And I mean, the fact that there's military runes here in the same system as this astral scar, a little bit concerning, at the very least. We can't build a way station just yet. Oh, we're lacking 2 alloy. We do need to get alloy, and we're producing alloy anyways. Alloy is very important because alloy is needed to build a lot of different things. So if we can find some stuff that produce alloys, yeah, you can see here, like, a lot of these things require alloy to build. What I actually do want to do is get this ordnance engineering bay. So this is an armored engineering section housing the specialists who maintain the Arkship's weapons, defense systems, and hull integrity. This is going to be pretty important. So we got to get the ordnance engineering bay done, and we'll go from there. All right, so the Hyacinth is just about to finish surveying this system. Once it's done, we will probably leave Freya to investigate the the system here, and then we will take the ship to the Singularity. Don't know what happened to those aliens. They seem to have left, which may be good, but probably isn't. New technology discovered. Societal unification. Ancient warring tribes, historical nations in conflict, now unified in empire. We must not, will not crumble. So we got a small amount of unity, and we're getting monthly unity. Excellent to see. So what can we build next? Space combat fleet command limit, doctrine fleet support, shipwright order could be useful. The Autocathon monument is good. Produce unity, okay. Or eco simulation. I mean, it does feel like there is some sort of... We are kind of leaning on the societal unity side of things. I know we said we gotta build up our ship defenses. Shipwright quarter might actually be useful. So upkeep per soldiers, building slots, naval capacity per district, metallurgist jobs. Shipbuilding and maintenance services in our military. This could be useful. I think I'm gonna grab that one there. And we can get another discovery tradition. At some point, I do want to either go down adaptability or there's another one that I need to look at here. Versatility. Probably adaptability anyways. In any case, I think if we get one of these, we should have the option, at the very least, to potentially resettle on a planet. Regardless, we do need to choose one of these first. Databank uplinks or entertainment labs. I think we'll go with the databank uplinks and continue from there. System has been surveyed. That's the Deneb system. Yeah. All right, we're gonna take our capital ship. We're gonna head over to the Singularity. We'll survey the system while we're at it. And yeah, we'll leave the Deneb system to our science officers to investigate what happened here. Clearly there are no other humans. And so, you know, having our Arkship hovering above this dead human colony, probably not good for our people anyways. Upon entering Molseer, our sensors picked up strange readings. Dismissed at first as glorified asteroid, things quickly changed when it was discovered that these entities reacted aggressively to movement in space, even at great distance. Observation of these entities, preferably at a safe distance, so they are hostile. Best viewed from afar. Yeah, the Gorgons. All right, well, we'll keep investigating them because that is, like I said, highly concerning.
Another spaceborne life form.
Yeah, the Gorgons. We will need to watch out for these things. The Arkship is currently over here. I believe we've got the gem over here. Can we build the way station? Not quite yet. Oh yeah, we need more unity. Oh no, we got the unity, but we're lacking alloy. We are developing some alloy, so it's fine at the moment. And then yeah, we've got our Gunderson Strike Force Hydra here is ready with the ship, so it should be traveling. Ooh, this is concerning. Where are they going? We have discovered that the far-reaching signals originate from a simple spaceborne organism we have taken to calling void worms. It appears that the galaxy is riddled with these creatures. From the varying wavelengths of the signals, we have determined that the creatures develop through several stages of growth before reaching final maturity. They do not appear outwardly aggressive. Their patterns of communication indicate coordination on a galactic scale. Okay, that is interesting. Fascinating creatures. I mean, obviously not easy prey. No, I think we're researchers, obviously. We're going to continue researching.
Diplomatic connection established.
Okay. So the void worms are supposedly neutral. we've got void worms and gorgons, which both of which are, yeah, somewhat concerning at the very least. Really hoping that these don't come blasting the ships in our system. There does seem to be another astral scar over here. That do the gorgons have something to do with the astral scars? Regardless, we'll have to really just watch out, I guess.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Another one? Where? We'll leave that at the moment. All right. As long as the fleet survives, that's what's important. Our ship should be set on... I mean, we do need to get these ships doing something, right? If you're not building a way station, then you should probably be harvesting resources, I guess. We'll harvest resources in this system and probably in Churgamore as well. You can harvest resources. I want to save these two systems because they've got decent stuff for building way stations. That's what I'm going to focus on there. The Hyacinth is here investigating the singularity. Well, oh man, imagine this planet being that close to a black hole. Interesting.
System charted.
All right, system has been charted. Disposing of the corrosive coolant and flushing the system with a mixture of exotic gases will allow our engineering crew to repair the resulting damage. So we can do that here, and we're going to do that in this system. So we're going to flush the coolant. It's currently giving us minus 50% hull points and minus 50% armor hit points. And we get some rewards once it's done as well. We do need to harvest all of these resources. So far, it seems as though we haven't harvested any of them. So that's probably something we should prioritize with our logistics ship. So what do we need? We need exotic gases or rare crystals and volatile motes. So we'll need to keep an eye out for that. Once we've got those two done, though, this will be resolved, and we should probably get a pretty decent reward from it. Oh, nice. We did finish the ordnance engineering. So once that's done, Void Forges, Military Research Complex. Ooh, what are Void Forges? Military Research Complex. Yeah, the military, it's not a military industrial complex, it's a military research complex. Could be useful. We'll take a look at either one of those once we finish flushing the coolant. You know, you gotta expel the gases every once in a while. Our ships should be doing their jobs here. Oh man, this system's got some level of resources in it here. I mean, these are both going to be very important for our operational reserve, so I might make a way station there as well. Where do I want to build the first way station? I think the obvious choice for the first way station, it's actually going to be Detheris. I'm going to actually... No, I won't divert this ship. Let's get the logistics ship industry over here to build the way station in Detheris. We'll let our science crews continue to do what they do. Wouldn't mind getting a third science ship as well. We don't have the resources for it, but we will consider getting a third one because we want to start exploring more systems. It's going to be very important. The vapor plumes observed on New Luna are caused by intense cryovolcanic activity within the lower mantle, expelling vast columns of nitrogen and ammonia gas upwards. The plumes rise vertically until they reach the limit of the planet's atmosphere, where solar winds cause them to abruptly flatten off. By studying the small variations in the chemical contents of these unique fume formations, we can learn more about the complex geological processes of the planet's core. Fascinating. Didn't check what our reward was there, but that's, absolutely fine. Did we finish venting? I didn't get a notification for it, but I believe we have. Yeah, so we finished the venting. Our ship looks, I think it became stronger. Yeah, 884. That is good. All right, well, we can continue moving that ship then. I guess we should have the Arkship continue its search for... Well, for anything here. Survey? Yeah, is this is an automation, I believe, right? Maybe not. Yeah, let's, I mean, I'll control the ship directly here, the Arkship. Yeah, okay. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new wondrous forms of spaceborne life. Quickly named space amoeba following an analyst's gross misreading of the initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average human corvette. We should leave it be and remotely monitor the creature from its kin from the Hyacinth. We can learn to coexist. Fascinating creatures. I think we should try to learn to coexist. Issue special project amoeboid pacification.
Diplomatic connection established.
We should consider some of these. Arkship construction. Ooh, that does seem useful to get another Arkship. Very cool. I'm gonna go with that. We'll see. I mean, having multiple Arkships, I assume is good. We've made first contact with an unknown entity. The fetches. Oh, great. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Hyzar system. For now, we have codenamed them fetches until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must first decipher it in order to establish communications. We're gonna have Harlan Turner here. Get on that. What do we have here? A gateway system. Very cool. There's a black hole. All right, let's keep an eye out. I don't know how dangerous these are, but luckily we've got the fleet with us. We could construct some more. All right, we have got some volatile motes, I believe, and not to mention our Arch-Surveyor has a leveled up eye for talent, politician, counselor. I mean, he is a politician, that's for sure. We're gonna give him the politician trait. Yeah, like I said, I believe one of our ships was at the factory. Yeah, the factory has some volatile motes, which we do currently need. Jake Featherston has leveled up as well. Survey speed, evasion chance, sublight speed. That's not... Ooh, actually, that is useful. He is the tactical commander of the Hyacinth, which can do surveying, skirmisher, ship weapons damage, or sublight speed. I think skirmisher is going to be slightly better, though, and he is a tactical commander. Let's go with skirmisher. It's going to be good for the Hyacinth. That'll probably... Yeah, look at that. It boosted the ship up a little bit as well. So that is pretty good to see. Thus far, I think things are going well in terms of how we're managing the game. We're continuing the archaeological research here on Unity, but we haven't had any developments in a while. We'll allow Freya to continue that, but we do need to find out what happened to Deneb, and even more importantly, we need to find out what happened to Earth. That is essentially the main goal that we've got right now. Deneb, no more humans. Are we truly the last humans? I suppose we'll see. Ooh, this is a very cool system. This is obviously a system that is very early on in its development. You can see that it is mostly just a cloud of a debris field of asteroids, and these larger ones are what would or will eventually, in hundreds of millions, perhaps billions of years, form into planets, which is very cool. I love how they've modeled all the different types of systems in this game. We do have a new science ship, the GEM Konsu, although I think that I want to rename this one to... Yeah, I think we're going to call this one the GEM Kernunos, after I believe, an Irish god. We're going to get a leader for that, and our leader is going to be Abraham Hunter. Oh, he levels up immediately, which is perfect. Romer is going to be useful. Yeah, Romer is going to be way more useful for what we're getting him to do. So let's put him on science ship automation. I do want them investigating anomalies and excavating archaeology. Oh, you know what? I'll just get this guy doing it all. And we'll let him do his thing there. Archaeological site event pending. This has got to be on Deneb. Yeah, the Unity Colony ruins. The council chamber was built for 200. The final session convened 17 people. The archivist was still logging. The session ran for 6 hours. 12 votes were cast, 6 for orbital bombardment, 6 against. 1 member abstained. 3 were absent. Their sectors had fallen 3 days prior. The dissenters argued that evacuation was still possible. The chrysanthemum could extract survivors in cycles before the lower levels were breached. The majority held otherwise. The organism had already reached the lower access tunnels. Any vessel that docked would carry contamination off-world. The choice was no longer between saving some and saving all, but between losing one world and losing every world that followed. Chief of Colony Security, Commander Beauclair, cast the deciding vote. The motion carried. The colony's charter said majority rules. They had written that charter themselves in the first year when the future looked different. So they ordered the orbital bombardment upon the world that they were on in order to save the galaxy, to save other worlds from whatever it was. What the hell was on this planet? What was this organism that caused them to make this decision? That is quite intense. Maybe we'll learn more. Chapter 3. Looks like there is more to learn here. All right, we've got some exotic gases as well. How much do we need of these for the Hyacinth here? Arkship readiness, harvest exotic gases, rare. Okay, so it doesn't say we need much at all. We just need to somehow find rare crystals at this point, which we can get from, what do we need? From a frozen world. Oh, that's the way line, I assume. All right, well, oh yeah, okay, the Vela 1 way line. Ooh, and look at this. We can build all of these various things in here. Hydroponics, research observatory. Yeah, so that's going to be the most useful there. That's the first thing we're building for sure in the Stellaris system. We probably, well, we need a frozen world. Frozen. Isn't there a frozen world? That's a tundra world. Does that probably doesn't count as frozen? We got to keep looking for a frozen world. It should show up somewhere, right? As a habitable world here. Arid world. Oh, that's a Gaia world. Oh, everybody loves finding Gaia worlds. Not to mention, it's not just a Gaia world. It's like a 19 size Gaia world. So that's actually, yeah, size 19 is pretty big if I recall. That would be a good planet to settle on for basically any species. Internal environmental sensors aboard the Arkship Hyacinth have registered elevated levels of volatile airborne compounds. The crew, particularly those stationed on the bridge, have reported symptoms consistent with low-grade toxic exposure, nausea, disorientation, and persistent neuropathic pain. Attempts to purge the contaminants via the standard ventilation protocols have proven ineffective. A putrid odor fills the corridors, defying filtration and increasing crew discomfort. Irregularities in the ship's waste disposal systems indicate the possibility of an imminent systemic malfunction. Swift investigation is warranted. Who did it? All right, well, I mean, it says we need swift investigation. I'm not really sure how to do that, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Anyways. Okay, our science ship investigating there. Maybe it's because I had him on researching things. We'll let him deal with this anyways.
Charted.
This amazing planet here. Wentworth Artem. We do love a Gaia world, but we can't settle on worlds. We are not that type of person. Ooh. There is a level 4 anomaly. Planetscape Garden. This entire world is unusually picturesque, suspiciously so. Perhaps what forces are at work that could have caused this? Yeah. Too good to be true? Almost certainly. Council agenda. Oh yeah, okay. So we'll allow that to continue there. All right, well, we certainly do need our ships to continue getting us useful things. I mean, harvesting resources. Do we really want to harvest resources here? I don't think we do. I mean, we could maybe harvest resources in the Suija system. Let's get this one over here handling that, I guess.
Construction online.
Yeah. Starbase construction complete. The Stellaris Starbase has finished its construction. Okay, so yeah, look at this. Now it should be filling up with its stockpile. Once the stockpile fills up, we should be able to send a logistics ship here. In fact, I believe what we can do is automate the logistics ship. Harvest resources, fleet stance. There should be... Oh yeah, so it's already on collect stockpile. I'll probably get the industry to do that. Ancient weather balloon. Lazar Zahreddin has identified the mysterious airborne object on Guartan 2 as an archaic weather balloon. Any markings that could have identified its origin have long since been stripped away by the planet's extreme atmospheric conditions. Radiometric dating suggests that it has been present in Guartan 2's atmosphere for over a century, fluctuating in size as it travels listlessly through the planet's idiosyncratic pressure variations. Miraculously, the solar energy panels are still functioning, and its sensor array now carries a century's worth of valuable atmospheric data that will be of great interest to our researchers. Excellent. Well, we will have some researchers on that at some point here. I mean, I guess we could collect... Inspection of the Arkship's refuse compactor has revealed a significant rodent infestation. The rodentia display irregular physical characteristics suggesting mutation. The sheer size of the specimens is troubling. We have giant rats on the ship, and their screeching vocalizations when approached are markedly louder than baseline species. Their odor is especially pervasive, and the creatures have been observed emerging from numerous structural recesses, indicating a wide dispersal through the vessel. This discovery raises an ethical question, whether these mutated organisms should be exterminated as a hazard or preserved as a novel form of life. Either way, we should remove them from our ventilation system. Damn straight we should. The only way to stop them is to purge them, burn the pest. Not on the ship, not on the Arkship. Like, they could cause damage to the systems. If you have giant rats running around your ventilation and you're, getting into sensitive systems, that could be dangerous. Purge them from the ship. I don't want them here. Our science ship's continuing their good work, and we are... Yeah, I guess we can probably consider harvesting the resources of Kelsim here. Just...
System survey.
They'll come back eventually. The harvested resources don't disappear forever. Okay, he started this system. Is he automatically going to head back here to investigate that? Yeah, I believe he will. Perfect. First contact event. Envoy Harlan Turner is still working to confirm the hypothesis that the irregularity we had designated as fetches is in fact a living organism. While it seems to be made up of a cluster of random stardust, it is demonstrably able to propel itself across the void and shows basic signs of independent agency. Our researchers are perplexed by the phenomenon and are working hard to verify our readings. We must be missing something. Yeah, I'm sure we are. What's really interesting is that we haven't yet encountered any other species. Oh, there's a singularity over here. Yeah, we haven't really encountered any other species in the galaxy, despite having, explored a reasonable amount of it. And that I don't know what to make of that. There are other species, I know. This is Stellaris. There's some out there, but faction founded. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Gunderson Research Society. They call themselves the Xeno Reform Committee. Their members have been pushing hard for friendly relations with alien species. Okay, so we have a Is this in government factions? Yeah. So we've got the Xeno Reform Committee, which has quite a bit of popular support. The United as One Party, which is very popular as well. And the Council of High Technology, which is our least popular party here. Technologist faction, Xenoist faction, or totalitarian faction? I mean, presumably this is the faction that is united behind the Arch-Surveyor. Manage faction, embrace the faction, promote the faction, suppress the faction. I don't really care to do any of these yet. Represented on the council, not represented. Represented on the council. Who on the council? Can we see which, like, if they're from a particular faction or not? Possibly ethic authoritarian, ethic xenophile. I mean, potentially Bjorn Gunderson could be. Yeah, interesting. Somebody let me know if there's a way where we can see which factions our leaders belong to. Let me know down in the comments here. New Technologist faction is formed, the Council of High Technology, and the United is one. Okay, so we've got a bunch, yeah, all these parties kind of formed. There's got to be a way, surely, to see the leaders of these factions, but not really sure. In any case, let us continue on here. We do need to go and investigate this system, the MODA system, because it is a gateway system here. Yeah, the disabled gateway. We probably should look into that, I would say. Ooh, we've got the rare crystals. Okay, so we found a frozen world, obviously. The logistics ship. Okay, you know what? End what you're doing right now, logistics ship. I need you to head to the Dothon system. Once you do, we'll probably send the ship. Oh, the purge of the rodents. The purging of the infestation in our Arkship's ventilation system was effective, though not without consequences. The creatures perished in the cleansing fires, their high-pitched distress calls echoing through the corridors, and their final efforts to escape. Several ventilation tiles and maintenance panels were breached, leaving structural gaps that will require repair. The immediate threat to the ship systems has been neutralized. The crew can now take some comfort in the knowledge that the ship is no longer compromised, although the smell still lingers. At least the infestation has been taken care of. Yeah, thankfully. All right. Do we want to build some shield arrays? I think probably. It's costing us precious resources, though. Available leader traits. Freya Gunderson can get a 4th trait here, which is nice. Oh, well, 3rd trait, I guess. Champion of the people. Happiness plus charismatic. Charismatic is good. Champion of... I like the idea that she's a champion of the people, though. And another tradition here, which will, I think, round us out with the discovery tradition. So the finisher effects. Adopting all discovery traditions grants plus 10% research speed and grants access to the research cooperative federation type and ascension perks unlocked. Oh, can we get an ascension perk? These are good. This is a big decision. One vision, shared destiny. Technological ascendancy is absolutely the one that I'm going to lean towards. And honestly, almost always I play a high technology. Civilization Wanderlust is visit remarkable systems with your Arkships to unlock various modifiers. That is cool. Ooh, what fits the most, though? I mean, technological ascendancy, I think, feels most fitting for our current governor, or for our current Arch-Surveyor. The man is a scientific genius. I think that's probably where I'm leaning towards. One vision. The Unity could be good. Interstellar Dominion. Most of these don't really fit. Mastery of Nature. Technological. I mean, enables research focused policies. The chance for rare technology is nice. I think that this... Ooh, it's transcendent learning. Our society must change its approach towards learning, and by doing so, our best and brightest will be able to reach completely new levels of achievement. Leader experience, scientist capacity. Ooh. Oh no. Leader upkeep, leader experience gain, transcendent learning. It's between these three, and this is a tough decision. Technological ascendancy is the one I lean to, mechanically speaking, because the rare technology is nice. Wanderlust is cool and interesting and maybe fits a little bit. Transcendent learning is probably the one that I think is least valuable. I know leader experience gain is good. Leader upkeep's fine. Scientist capacity could be useful, I guess, if we make a couple more science ships. Honestly, I feel like transcendent learning is what makes the most sense. I mean, we're a society based around learning. Are we? Are we? I mean, what do we got here? Politicians, carefree. I think I gotta go with my gut, and my gut's telling me that transcendent learning is probably slightly more fitting for our empire than technological ascendancy, because we're a research society, and the society this encompasses research and society. I had to talk myself through that. I'm just gonna get it. I don't think it's the best one for us. Mechanically speaking, it's probably good. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to be telling me like, oh, that was the best one all along. Maybe. I don't know how to utilize that the best though. Like, we can make some more science ships potentially, presumably. Leader leveled up. Science officer Lazar Zahradin. Ooh, and now he's level up to veteran. Research speed is good. Analyst. Ooh, analyst, explorer. But I think statistician, because he is a counselor, the research speed is gonna be very useful for us overall. He's become a veteran science researcher. All right. Did we drop off that stuff, and did we finish that situation? I presume that we did. Yeah, the logistics ship reached here. So what did we get from accomplishing that? Oh, the situation log. Oh, yeah. Okay, Arkship readiness. Harvested. Harvest exotic gases from a gas giant or toxic world. Oh, does the Hyacinth needs to do that? Oh, because the Hyacinth can harvest resources. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm realizing now what we need is the Hyacinth to actually do those itself. Well, in that case, we should probably have the Hyacinth. Do we need to be worried about these? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go near that. But I do want to investigate some of these other systems. The black hole over here. I mean, what's in this system? Plenty of planets over here. So I think we're going to get the Hyacinth to survey the system. And then we'll get it to harvest the resources. Whatever it's there, it's just going to get harvested. Interpretation signal. Some form of aesthetic design has been employed over most of the surface landscape on Wentworth Artem. Oh yeah, this is the Gaia planet. Our scientists suspect that even with the remaining untouched areas, they are merely crafted wilderness, there to serve a wider horticultural goal. Towards the conclusion of our research, we stumbled across a beacon, the sole example of technology on this world. When activated, it uploaded a catalog of every plant and animal species found on Wentworth Artem, as well as a reference point to nearby rel rate. No clues left with which to identify the planet's designers. Marvelous. Society Research scan begins the kept grounds event chain.
Situation log updated.
Oh, evading a hostile feat. Oh. The Caretaker Division. Huh. Can we... Well, our fleet is probably not quite strong enough to handle this. Could we potentially build a couple more Rhynek class ships, or at least one more Rhynek class ship to look into that? Yeah, they were coming for us. Couple alien ships that we'll need to deal with before we can investigate that properly. All right, the Serunos, keep doing what you do while we attempt to figure out exactly how we're going to deal with that. We do have that another science ship here, the GEM Remembrance. I'm going to call this one the GEM Tyrannus. And we need a leader for it. All right, so looking between these two, I do think that we're going to go with Alexander Washington. That leader experience gain is pretty good, especially for being 34 years old. We can't afford him just yet, but we will wait until we've got enough unity. We'll get him managed up there. Okay, we really need to have the Hyacinth start getting these resources because these ships are pulling in all the stuff that we need to accomplish that quest there, or situation. The GEM Wayfarer succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Bistramar system. The signal is a songification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that scientist Lazar Zaradin cannot seem to get out of their mind. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside our galaxy. Wow. Intergalactic music. I love the events in this game. They just have so much detail to them, you know? Abandoned Gateway. They're succinct in a way, but I don't know, it just... I as somebody who reads a lot of sci-fi, every one of them just kind of makes me think of some sort of different sci-fi story. So, Abandoned Gateway, an ancient space station of some kind, has been located at the edge of the Mota system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts, part of a theoretical network of similar stations that at some point would have allowed for near instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored into working order, its owner would potentially be able to access any other functional gateways in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. This would be extremely useful for a nomadic civilization, which is exactly what we are. Unity Colony Runes. Let's pop back over to Unity there. The bridge logs begin on day 9,516, 2 days after the vote. 11 crew remained to confirm surface clearance. Radiation levels, population estimates revised downward, then revised again. Day 9,519, bombardment authorized. Day 9,521, sector clearance confirmed, 40%. Day 9,558, surface sterile. No life signatures detected. Assessment unanimous. The crew spent 4 more years on astrophysics surveys, scientists filling the time. The final log is dated to day 11,204. The officer on watch describes a clear day. She notes that Deneb looks different from this close than it did on approach. The entry ends there. The final entry is a timestamp. No apology or reflection, just an observation about Starlight. Huh. Close the archive. Ends the clues of the Chrysanthemum event chain. That's such a sad way to end it. Like, how the people on the chrysanthemum, there couldn't have been many of them left. They were, had to watch the colony be destroyed in the orbital bombardment, and then what? They just slowly died out. This little bastion of humanity to have gone out. Unity destroyed by its own people to protect the galaxy. And then the chrysanthemum, eventually the people aboard it died. The last people aboard it died, and it was broken up by the gravity of Olympus, kind of pulling it apart. Yeah, it's a sad way to go. I guess in some sense, we don't know what happened to Earth, but I'm starting to feel like maybe we are truly alone out here. We'll see if we can discover. The fact that, the humans here are gone are one sign. And then we're finding, we're not finding any intelligent life forms. Well, not that we know of anyways. We're finding creatures, life forms out in space, but nothing that can talk back. Imagine what that's like for the people on the Hyacinth. It must be a lonely feeling. But we'll see if that continues in the next episode. Will we finally discover another civilization that can talk back? Will they be peaceful? Will they be hostile? I guess we'll find out. If you want to support the channel and get your own characters in this episode, like I said, all of these various leaders that we have here are ones named by channel members either here on YouTube or on Patreon. And they're also naming the different ships and things like that. So if you want to participate in that, just make sure to join on YouTube, Patreon, whatever you wish. Leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next episode.